This is one of another great highlights of my life. I think every woman in this audience knows the power of a girlfriend. Girlfriends are there for you in tough times and in great times. If you're lucky, they go all the way with you. Some come in and some come out of your life. I was blessed 26 years ago to go work in Baltimore at WJZ-TV. I moaned and groaned because I didn't want to go work in Baltimore. I said, I don't know anybody, I don't like it. And lo and behold, it turned out to be an incredible job, and I made one of the greatest friends of my life. At the time, Oprah was in the office next to me, and we lived in the same apartment complex, and we talked about guys. I had just started dating Arnold, and she was trying to understand that, as so many others were. But she never said, don't do it. She just tried to understand me. And I have to say that since 1978, she has been there for me at every step of my life. From my wedding, to the birth of my children, to my evolution in journalism, to when Arnold announced that he would run, to when he was elected, every step of the way. I always say I don't need to go to a therapist because she's on the phone, she talks me through it, she's patient, she has a sense of humor. And I'm so incredibly proud of the success she has attained. I'm not at all surprised because she always had a voice that was bigger than her, and she always wanted to use it for something bigger than herself. She has changed, obviously, the lives of millions of people around the world. I know all of you love her, admire her. I wish all of you could have her as a girlfriend because you'd love her and admire her and respect her even more. And you wouldn't have to know who to call if you had a bad day or a crisis. She is one of my oldest friends in the world. I love her deeply, and she is truly one of the most extraordinary architects of change on the planet. It is my great pleasure and honor to introduce to you my girlfriend, Oprah Winfrey.
Thank you so much. I tell you, in life there are what I call, if I could have a hand mic that would be great, but in life there are what I call full circle moments. And this is one of the fullest circles ever. Because there is no wealth, no richness, no glory, no fame, no honor that can come to anybody that is lasting or meaningful unless you're willing to pass it on. You must pass it on. And so I think about the miracle of all of us being here today in the state of California, expressing ourselves as women, expressing ourselves as people of success and power and influence. And it reminds me of a convention held in Akron, Ohio in 1852 with one of my great mentors, Sojourner Truth, who was a former slave. And at the convention in Akron, Ohio, women had gathered together, suffragettes, asking, pleading, fighting, struggling for the right to vote. And Sojourner Truth, a proud 6-foot Amazon-like figure, former slave, walked up to the podium and she said, Well, children, where there is so much racket, I think there's bound to be something out of kilter. I think that twixt the white men's in the north and all these folks down in the south, the man's about to be in a fix pretty soon. And what's all this here talking about women's rights? Little man in the back there say that women ought not to have as much rights as men, he says, because women needs to be helped into carriages and over mud puddles. And I says to you, mister, ain't nobody helped me into no carriage. And I ain't been helped over nary a mud puddle neither. Little man with the collar on, he said that women ought not to have as much rights as men, because he said Christ won a woman. And I ask you, sir, where did your Christ come from? He come from God and he come from a woman. Man ain't had nothing to do with it. And I believe that if one woman, Eve, was able to turn this world upside down all by herself, looks to me like all of us women gathered in here together ought to be able to turn it right side up. Now, those were the words of Sojourner Truth in the mid-1800s, who believed without media, without mass marketing, without any social programs, that women joined together had the possibility of turning the world right side up. You're a woman. You're a woman. You're phenomenal. You're a woman. Phenomenally phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal women in the state of California.